Have you ever felt completely alone, burdened by the weight of life's challenges you might be facing? The notion that I'm just incapable of doing this any longer is. Does anyone have a similar experience? What I intend to. Today, I want to present an incredible truth in what God has told you. Let me help you because it's clear to us. It is not merely a sentimental idea. It's a strong conviction grounded in the Bible, grounded on God's character, was meant to transform our lives when God replies, "Let me help you." He's not just. He's offering assistance and His strength, His wisdom, His calmness, and you can take advantage of this offer right now wherever. Isaiah 41 verse 10 tells us that you are God. Please don't panic. I'm with you, dissatisfied since I am your God, and I shall support you. I'll help you. I will use my moral authority to defend you. See for yourself how close these. In other words, God is not just providing help. He is saying to another person, I'll help you. Let's think about that for a second. The creator of the universe, the individual who spoke everything into being, He's offering to shoulder your responsibilities, promising to assist you while you're having trouble. Isn't that wonderful? However, you might be thinking, how does God's help manifest itself in my life? Let me share a life tale with you. Sarah barely had time for 2 jobs as a single mother, getting by and feeling completely worn out one evening after on a challenging day. She prayed and cried out to God, I need you, Lord. I'm at my breaking point. As she sat motionless, a verse came to her. She shared her opinions with me regarding all employees and are heavy, and I'll give you some time to relax. Matthew. Sarah began to feel at ease at 11:28. She was unable to provide clarification over the next few weeks. She began to notice small yet considerable changes and an unexpected rise. A co-worker is offering to help out with her kids and a sense of strength. She was conscious that the story was not her own, serves as a reminder that God often provides in ways that are unexpected to us. Typically a spectacular miracle, but sometimes it's the unspoken clause, the driving force, from a friend or the strength to sustain. Preceding time we choose to relinquish There are numerous examples of God in the Bible, stepping in to help His people when Moses and the Israelites were marooned at Red Sea, the Egyptian army. They were told by God that the Lord will fight on your behalf. You just need to be still. The Exodus. Jesus opened the sea at 14:14, producing in a way that made it impossible to think about. When David first encountered Goliath, he was a little lad, shepherd boy in slings with 5 stones, but he claimed that the first war of the Lord. Samuel, in 1747, God gave him victory, proving that no task is too challenging when we rely on. The New Testament even makes reference to him. Jesus calms the storm because of his. When the disciples were afraid, having faith that Jesus would drown. Peace be still, Mark, he said, and stood up. The wind and seas cooperated with him at 4:39, displaying not only his power, but also his deep care for those who depend on him, which is why. Does this still apply to us today? How might we sense God's support in our daily lives by starting with prayer? Philippians 4 verse 67 states that we shouldn't be anxious about anything, but in each situation via supplication and prayer with. Please send your best wishes for Thanksgiving to. When we talk to God about our worries, He promises to give us peace of mind that goes beyond understanding, second through His. The Bible is replete with assurances meant to help and strengthen us. Psalm 461 says, For us, God is a very powerful sanctuary, present support in issues when we think he hasn't kept his word, reminds him of his. Third, loyalty through the populace. God frequently works via others around us to provide the support we need, whether it's a hand, a supportive word, or a listening ear is Christ's body. Strong way in which God finally shows his love via the Holy Spirit. Romans 8 verse 26 reminds us that the Spirit helps us in our weakness when we're not conscious of it. When you pray, the Holy Spirit makes a plea for us, leading and supplying strength, but the issue is understanding. God's intention to help us isn't just in terms of being comforted, it's about responding in accordance with Proverbs 3 verse 56. Put all of your trust in the Lord and depend less on your personal expertise. In every way, give in to him, and he will construct your routes straight, which means trusting him in your challenges, even when the way forward isn't clear. That it means searching for him each day through praying, worshiping, reading his word, and it means remaining open-minded about how he could use you to help others. Galatians 6 verse 2 asserts that they should share one another's hardships, and by doing this, you will abide by the law of Christ. May I inquire if you're prepared to enable God to help you? He's offering his strength, peace, and guidance. You only have to answer yes if you're. I encourage you to pray if you're struggling today. There is no need for flowery phrases. Just be yourself. Be honest with him and use a phrase like, Lord, I need you. I can't do this on my own. Please assist me. Stand by me and show how I am. Going ahead, the help of God is more than a lifeline. It's an appeal for a deeper. He wants to stay in contact with him, your problems, and be there for you at every. As we draw to a close, I would like you to think about this. What elements of does God require you to surrender your life? Where do you need his help the most? Give it some thought and take him into those gaps. Thank you for taking the time to see whether you have been impacted by this message today. Give your heart to someone who may need encouragement, and bear in mind, God is telling you right now to let me. Are you going to let him?